we are going to continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita Adi-Lila. We are on chapter 4, text 11 and 12. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Narayana Chaturvyuha Matsyadi Avatar Yuga Manvantara Vatara Yata Ache Ar Sabe Ase Krishna Ange Haya Avatirna Aiche Avatare Krishna Bhagavan Purna. Lord Narayan, the four primary expansions, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Anirudh, Matsya, and the other Leela incarnations, the Yuga avatars, the Manvantara incarnations, and as many other incarnations as they are, all descend in the body of Lord Krishna. In this way, the complete Supreme Godhead, Lord Krishna himself, appears. So Krishna is called the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because all the avatars, all the expansions, they all come from him. They all come from him. He is the origin. And that same Supreme Personality of Godhead, he comes in once in the day of Brahma in the Dwapara Yuga. And this is when he came now 5,000 years ago. So it's our good fortune that Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord himself, was on this earth only 5,000 years ago. So we can hear about him, get to understand something about him. Ataiva Vishnu Takhana Krishnera Sharire Vishnu Dware Kare Krishna Asura Samhare. At that time, therefore, Lord Vishnu is present in the body of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna kills the demons through him. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Shyam Sundar Krishna, Govinda Krishna, he has no business killing demons, because the maintenance of the earth is done by Lord Vishnu. Oh, but what? But when he came, he killed so many demons in Vrindavan. Every day he was almost killing demons. What is that happening? That killing of demons was being done by Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is also there in the body of Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna is the origin of all expansions. So, for example, if we have 1,000 NT note, we have 1,000 NT note. In that, there is 500 NT, there is 100 NT, there is 1 NT. Everything is in that. That's the way we can try to understand this. If unclear, we could speak about it. Did anybody need any clarification on that? If no, we continue. Anusanga karma e asura marana ye lagi avatar kahi se mula karana. Thus, the killing of the demons is but secondary work. I shall now speak of the main reason for the Lord's incarnation. So we are going to hear what is the internal mood of Krishna. Why did he come? Prema rasa nirayasa karite asvadana raga marga bhakti loke karite pracharana rasika shekhara Krishna parama karuna e dui hetu haite ichara udkama. The Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of what? So there are two reasons why Lord's desire. Now, we are seeing what is Krishna's desire. Huh? This is the Supreme Lord's desire. Krishna is desiring to come. He had two reasons. What are the two reasons? He wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. And he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. So what he wanted to do, he wanted to feel what a devotee feels. He wanted to feel, how much does a devotee love me? What is that love? Love for me that people are having. He wants to taste that, the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. Isn't that amazing? He's the Supreme Lord himself. There's no one higher than him. There's nothing he can't do. But what does he want? He wants to become a devotee. Wow, what an exalted position to become a devotee of God then. Why? Because a devotee have love for God, and that love of God is attracting the Lord, Krishna himself. And he wants to give bhakti to everyone, devotional service to everyone. What kind of bhakti he wants to give? Spontaneous attraction. Braj. He wants to give the bhakti as it is performed by the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Thus, he is known as supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's the most munificent incarnation of Krishna, because even when Krishna comes himself, he does not give this Braj Prem to everyone. He doesn't. He says, surrender unto me, fix your mind on me. But he does not give openly this sweet, sweet love that the Brajvasis have for Krishna. He's giving here openly in this Kali to people like us who have no qualification. During the period of Lord Krishna's appearance, the killing of asuras or non-believers such as Kamsa and Jarasandha was done by Vishnu, who was within the person of Sri Krishna. So Lord Vishnu, he is within the body of Krishna when Krishna came himself, and Lord Vishnu was doing the killing part. Such apparent killing by Lord Sri Krishna took place as a matter of course and was an incidental activity for him. But the real purpose of Lord Krishna's appearance was to stage a dramatic performance of his transcendental pastimes at Rajbhumi. So Krishna didn't come to kill the demons. That Lord Vishnu could have come to kill the demons. Or Vasudev Krishna, Vasudev Krishna is the one who kills the demons. But what did Krishna, the Supreme Lord, want to do? A dramatic performance. He wanted to show what? His transcendental pastimes as at Vrajbhumi. He wanted to show his Adi-Lila, thus exhibiting the highest limit of transcendental mellow in the exchanges of reciprocal love between the living entity and the Supreme Lord. What did he want to show by exhibiting this Braj-Lila? He wanted to show that there is so much love between a living entity and God. It's a loving relationship. We have loving relationships. We have loving relationships with our parents, with our friends, with our siblings, with our children. But those relationships, sometimes they are very loving, but then sometimes we might get angry at each other. But anyway, with the Supreme Lord, we also have a loving relationship with Supreme Lord. It's a reciprocal loving relationship. Not only that we are loving him and he's like, I don't care about you. No, he loves us a lot. That's the reason he's given us everything. He loves us and he's reciprocating with that love. He's showing us in Vrindavan. He's showing us that because of his love, when the gopis are clapping their hands and telling him to dance, he dances. He's the Supreme Lord, but he's just dancing because the gopis are telling him, you dance. Because of his love for his father, he puts Nanda Baba's sandals on his head. It's because of love. Because of his love with Sridham, Sridham wins him in the wrestling fight. And Krishna is losing. And then Sridham is telling, you don't know, I'm always winning, You know, who are you? I'm more richer than you. These are loving exchanges. These reciprocal exchanges of mellows are called raga bhakti, or devotional service to the Lord in transcendental rapture. So this raga bhakti is done by the Brajvasis, by the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Lord Shri Krishna wants to make known to all the conditioned souls that he's more attracted by raga bhakti than Vaidhi bhakti, or devotional service under scheduled regulations. So what is Vidhi bhakti? Vidhi bhakti means you perform devotional service by following rules and regulations of the Shastra. That is Vidhi bhakti. But Krishna wants to show us that his heart, what is his heart? What is, how to attract him? By raga bhakti. It is said in the Vedas that the Triya Upanishad 2.7, Rasovaisa, the absolute truth, is the reservoir for all kinds of reciprocal exchanges of loving sentiments. He is also causelessly merciful, and he wants to bestow upon us this privilege of raga bhakti. Thus he appeared by his own internal energy. He was not forced to appear by any extraneous force. So he wanted to give us this raga bhakti, the highest loving relationship. We are saying bhakti. What is this bhakti? It's an expression of love. It's a loving relationship between a living entity and the Supreme Lord. And he came, he wanted to give us this. And that's the reason he came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago. He was not forced. See, he was not forced to appear for any reason. How merciful Krishna is, how compassionate he is, how loving he is. He's so loving, he's giving us this love and telling us, experience this love. He's giving us an opportunity to experience pure love. Is that okay? Shall we stop here for today? Then we can, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for joining in. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.